Hello students, I am Archana Bhatt, lecturer in the Department of Commerce. We are discussing about general deduction under section 80, and in the previous session we already discussed deduction under section 80C and solved some problems under that section. And in this session let us discuss about some more deductions, that is deduction under section 80CCC, 80CCD, 80CCE and deduction under section 80CCG. The first deduction is under section 80CCC. This section is relating to deduction in respect of pension. This section of Income Tax Act of 1961 allows individuals to claim tax deductions for the amount paid or deposited to certain pension funds. This section provides tax deduction up to a maximum limit of 1,50,000 and contribution to Jeevan Suraksha of LIC is also qualified for deduction under this section. The section 80 CCC deduction limit includes the money spent on purchase of new policy or renewal or continuation of the existing policy. So, here the deduction can be claimed on the money spent on purchase of new policy and the payments made towards renewal or continuation of the existing policy. The condition for availing this deduction is that the policy for which the money has been spent must be providing a pension. Here, if the money is spent on any other policy other than pension is not deductible under this section. If the bonus received or interest accrued is not eligible for deduction under section 80 CCC. Here, other than amount deposited in this pension scheme, that is bonus received or interest accrued is not eligible for deduction under this section. If the policy is surrendered before maturity period, the amount is also taxable. Here, no any deduction is available for the amount received if the policy is surrendered before maturity period. And the overall tax deduction limit under section 80C, 80CCC and 80CCD subsection 1 is 1,50,000 rupees. So, the deduction limit under section 80CCC is clubbed with the limit of section 80C and 80CCD subsection 1. Next deduction is section 80CCD. This section is relating to deduction for contribution to National Pension Scheme. It relates to the deductions available to individuals against contributions by an individual to the National Pension Scheme, that is shortly known as NPS, or the Atal Pension Yojana. Contribution made by the employers towards the National Pension Scheme also come under this section. So, here employers' contribution also considered. Employers' contribution to National Pension Scheme is taxable as salary under this section. It is the notified pension scheme of central government. So, central government introduced this pension scheme, that is National Pension Scheme. There are some conditions under this section. Let us discuss that conditions. Under section 80 CCD subsection 1, the condition is deduction is available on employee's contribution up to 10% of the salary. Here salary includes basic and dearness allowance. So the employee's contribution, that is 10% of his salary, can be claimed under this section. If a person is self-employed, can contribute 20% of his gross total income to this national pension scheme. That is from financial year 2017-18 onwards. A self-employed person can contribute 20% and salaried person can contribute only 10%. That is, deduction is available for that much amount, they can contribute more. The next condition is condition under section 80 CCD subsection 2. Deduction is available for employer's contribution up to 10% of employee's salary. Here deduction is available for the 10% amount contribution by the employer on employee's salary. In section 80 CCD section 1, employee's contribution, that is up to 10% can be claimed for deduction, and under this section deduction is available for employer's contribution, that is 10% contribution can be considered for deduction. Next condition is under section 80 CCD subsection 1B, that is additional exemption up to rupees 50,000 is eligible for deduction. Additional, that is in addition to this above two contribution, 50,000 is eligible for deduction. The total deduction under section 80C, 80CCC and 80CCD subsection 1 together cannot exceed rupees 1,50,000 except additional deduction of rupees 50,000. That means total deduction under these three sections is 2 lakh, but clubbing of 80C, 80CCC and 80CCD subsection 1 cannot exceed 1,50,000 and extra 50,000 is additional deduction under section 80CCD subsection 1B. So this is about section 80 CCD relating to national pension scheme. Here employer's contribution is also considered for deduction and it also includes Atal Pension Yojana, and here they can include employees contribution up to 10% for deduction, and if that person is self-employed, 20% of gross total income can be considered for deduction, and deduction is available for employer's contribution up to 10%. Additional exception up to exemption up to 50,000 is also eligible for deduction. Next section is section 80 CCE. This section says that the aggregate amount of deduction under section 80C, 80CCC and 80CCD subsection 1 shall not exceed rupees 1,50,000. Here 80CCD subsection 1, that is 80CCD subsection 1 is relating to deduction available on employees contribution up to 10% of the salary. Okay. Here total of this cannot exceed 1,50,000 according to section 80 CCE. Let us see one example relating to these sections. See the example. Anil is a central government employee with annual basic of 4 lakhs and 40,000 as DA, that is dearness allowance, and rupees 1,30,000 as taxable allowances. His other incomes are 2 lakhs. The government contributes 13% of basic towards national pension scheme, while he contributes 15%. He deposits rupees 1,20,000 in PPF and pays rupees 25,000 as LIC premium. Compute his total income. Mr. Anil is a central government employee with annual basic of 4 lakhs and DA 40,000. So, his total salary is 4,40,000 and taxable allowances 1,30,000. His other incomes are 2 lakhs, that is income from other sources 2 lakhs. The government contributes 13% of his basic. Here see, government contribution towards his salary only on his basic salary, that is not on his basic plus DA. Remember that point, towards NPS, while his contribution is 15%. But for deduction we can consider only 10%, that is both for employer's contribution and employee's contribution. He deposits 1,20,000 in PPF and pays 25,000 as LIC premium. This PPF and LIC premium comes under section 80C. Compute his total income. See the solution here. First, computation of income from salary, that is under section 15. Basic 4 lakh, DA 40,000, taxable allowances 1,30,000 and employer's contribution to NPS 13%. While explaining, I already told you, employer's contribution to national pension scheme is taxable as salary. So, here his contribution on basic, see here on basic, not on his whole salary. So, 13% of 4 lakh is 52,000. His total salary incomes is 6,22,000 and income from other sources under section 56 is 2 lakhs. So, his total gross total income is 8,22,000. From this you have to deduct deductions under section 80. Under that first one, deduction under section 80C, that is Provident Fund, Public Provident Fund 1,20,000 and LIC premium 25,000. Total deductions under section 80C is 1,45,000. And deduction under section 80CCD subsection 1, contribution to NPS up to 10%. Here employee's contribution up to 10% is allowable, that is on his basic and DA. Here his contribution 10% will amount to 44,000, that is 4 lakh plus 40,000 into 10%. But here section 80CCE puts one condition, that is the aggregate amount of deduction under section 80C, 80CCC and 80CCD subsection 1 shall not exceed 1,50,000. Here by combining this 80C and 80CCD subsection 1, the amount exceeds 1,50,000, but the deduction can be only 1,50,000. So, here 1,45,000 you already deducted, that is under section 80C. Now, you can deduct only 5,000. Okay, the total amount will be 1,50,000. So, whole 10% cannot be deductible, only 5,000 of employees contribution can be deductible. Next is deduction under section 80CCD subsection 1B, that is additional deduction of 50,000 is allowable. Next, deduction under section 80CCD subsection 2, government contribution to national pension scheme, that is employers contribution up to 10% of basic. Remember this point, basic is available. So, total deduction amount is 2,40,000. When you deduct 2,40,000 from his gross total income, you get 5,82,000 as his total taxable income. So, this is the problem relating to section 80C, 80CCD and 80CCC. So, once again go through this problem and solve this problem by yourself. And the last section that we are going to study in this session is deduction under section 80CCG, that is investment in equity savings scheme. Under this section, deduction is available for the amount invested by an individual on listed shares. Remember this point, contribution in listed share only, this contribution can be considered for deduction under this section as per Rajiv Gandhi Equity Savings Scheme. So, there are some conditions under this section. They are: the assessee is an individual with gross total income not exceeding 12 lakh. So, the income, that is gross total income of assessee should not exceed 12 lakhs rupees. Next condition is only new retail investors can claim this deduction, not old investors, only new investors can claim deduction under this section. The lock-in period is 3 years from the date of acquiring the shares. So, here lock-in period is 3 years. The amount of deduction available is 50% of the total investment or 25,000, whichever is less. Okay, here the deduction is available 50% of total investment in listed shares or 25%, whichever is less. If the total investment 50% of total investment is less than 25,000, that must be considered. So, this section is regarding investment in equity savings scheme. Okay, investment in equity savings scheme. Deduction is available on contribution in listed shares, and the conditions are: gross total income should not cross 12 lakhs rupees. Only new retail investor can claim deduction, and lock-in period is 3 years. The amount should not cross 25,000 or 50% of total income, whichever is less can be considered. So, this is about this session, that is deduction under section 80CCC, 80CCD and 80CCE, 80CCG. Let us stop this session here and let us discuss other deductions in the next sessions. Thank you students. Let us meet in the next session.